Dixie to every orange and blue corner of the Southeast. Game day begins with the Tiger Tailgate Show presented by Conecuh Sausage. Conecuh Sausage is a game day favorite and always great on the grill. Pick up a pack at your local grocer or visit the new Conecuh gift shop in Evergreen, Alabama. Coming up, special guest, a word from Coach Harson, a look around Auburn athletics, and a check of all the day's action across college football. Featuring Ronnie Brown, voice of the Tigers Andy Burcham, Jason Campbell, and Stan White. Now, the host of the Tiger Tailgate Show, Brad Law.
Well, whether your breakfast pork of choice is baked, fried, roasted, grilled, or smoked, we can all agree there's nothing better than starting a day with cooked pig. Auburn football hopes to come off the bye week and kickstart the final stretch of the regular season by feasting on the Razorbacks today at Jordan-Hare Stadium. So throw a few extra strips in the skillet or links on the grill. The Tigers are hungry. Hello everyone, War Eagle, and welcome to another Saturday of Auburn football. Auburn's won the last 6 meetings in this series, the longest winning streak for either side, and hasn't lost to the Hogs at home since 2012. The Tigers are looking to build on the offensive momentum from the last game at Ole Miss and hoping that the bye week brought some healing to the defense. Now it's time for the first word from the Auburn locker room. Here's Andy Burcham with head coach Brian Harson.
This will be the second straight game that Auburn faces a very good rushing team. As a matter of fact, statistically, Arkansas is the best in the Southeastern Conference. When you look at that Arkansas offense, Coach, what comes to mind?
Well, stop the run. Stop the run, number one. I mean, that's really what you have to do. Their tailbacks are very good. Their quarterback is a threat, and he's a big guy, so you got to do a great job of tackling him, and he's not easy to bring down. But I think it all starts up front. Their O-line, I'm very impressed with their offensive line, just how they play, the consistency they play with. And Coach Pittman, that's his background, his offensive line. So you see that in that group. And so those guys up front do a very good job. And so our D-line linebackers, that's going to be a big challenge for them to slow that run game down. And for us, it's really about tackling. We're going to have players at the ball. We got to make the tackles. We got to probably get 2-3 guys around the ball to make that happen.
Listen for Andy's complete conversation with Coach Harson 30 minutes prior to kickoff, presented by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama. Well, it is good to be back outside Jordan-Hare Stadium today with our full crew, Andy Burcham, Jason Campbell, Stan White, Ronnie Brown. Good to be back at home. Good to be coming off of a bye week, Andy, and Auburn's last game out. Certainly positives offensively. Ran the ball for 301 yards at Ole Miss, scored 34 points. Trouble defending the run, though, something the coach is hoping to shore up during that bye week.
Well, I thought that was Auburn's best offense. From about early in the second quarter to the end of the game, that's the best Auburn's offense has looked all season long. It ran the football well. It passed when it needed to. Robbie Ashford had 2 touchdowns running. Tank Bigsby had his best game of the season with 2 touchdowns. And I don't know what flipped the switch for Auburn offensively, but Auburn needs to have that, and that needs to be the Auburn offense for the rest of the season. Jason, on the other hand, though, as Coach Harson just mentioned, I mean, Auburn's got to find a way to stop the best running game in the Southeastern Conference today.
Yeah, that's been our problem. Right now we're last in the SEC in defending the run, and that's not a good sign. Anytime you want to win in the trenches, that's the first thing coaches talk about is stopping the run game and making the team one-dimensional. Well, Arkansas is coming in here with a lot of confidence after beating BYU a couple weeks ago. So, this is a team for Auburn. We got to get out to faster starts, and that's offensively and defensively. If you look at last week, or the week before last against Ole Miss, they go up 21-0, but then all of a sudden we get some rhythm going, but it's too late. So we got to stop the run early in this game. And Stan, you know a little bit about the team playing today, coming off a bye week, how hard it is to prepare.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing that I took away from the Ole Miss game was if I'd have told you we were going to have 301 rushing yards, I'd say that's probably a pretty good day, and Auburn wins that game. But then you look at it defensively, Ronnie, and you give up 450 rushing yards, and that's going to be the challenge because you're talking about an Arkansas offense that's virtually the same as far as rushing offense as Auburn just faced in Ole Miss. They're averaging 240 yards a game offensively, and obviously that is an area that Auburn has had to work on this off week, that rush defense.
Right, and and I think the big thing with this game is, one, coming off a bye week, how healthy is everyone? Because whether you win or lose this game, Arkansas game has always been that slobber knocker game, like where it's just been physical. No matter what happens, it's a mindset game. They're always a physical football team, and now with a team that's looking to get downhill, run the football, they always have an offensive line that are, those nasty guys that want to get after you. And so when you got a team that runs the football like that, you got to be ready for that for 4 quarters. And so that's going to be a big task for this defense and this front seven. You got to stop the run, and you got to play on their side of the line of scrimmage. And if you can't do that, it's going to be a long day for your team.
Some positive things that I saw, though, from the Auburn offense is I think that Robbie Ashford did some things you can build on. He obviously a turnover early on. They're still struggling with that, and that's a youth. That's youth at that position, and it's also some youth at that wide receiver position. But what I did see, and I don't know if it was the addition of Jeremiah Wright coming over or whatever, but he was that new addition up front, and he's kind of got a reputation for being one of those nasties, and that's what you got to have. Not that those other guys don't, but he was that new addition for last week coming over and helping on that offensive line, Jason.
Yeah. Jeremiah Wright being able to be versatile is my thing. You can move him around, but this offensive line, I think that was their best game probably in the last 2 years. Let's just be honest. They came out, they got a hat on the hat, and they opened up some holes. Even Jacquez Hunter had his best game at 10 carries for 80 yards. So, coming off that, him and Tank putting together positive games back to back, that makes it harder on defenses, and hopefully it keeps our offense on the field converting third downs.
2 plays into the second quarter, it was 21-0 at Ole Miss, guys. And we're all thinking, well, this could get really ugly. It already was. And yet that offense picked it up. Auburn played well enough defensively after that. But remember, 2 of the 3 touchdowns that Ole Miss scored were directly a result of short fields. The attempted screen pass to Tank Bigsby that went off his hand. Yes, it was there, was not executed, and then T.J. Finley with a strip sack, and Ole Miss, to its credit, took advantage. It's 21-0. It could have easily just completely gone off the rails at that point for Auburn. But give Auburn some credit. They came back and got it to within a score a couple of times for the rest of that ball game. It could have easily gone the other way. I'll credit this Auburn team, but they can't get in that situation again.
Played to a 34-34 game in the last 3 quarters, but it was 14-0 at the end of the first quarter, Brad.
Absolutely.
No, you're right about it. And Arkansas in their last game against BYU, talk about their offensive line. They had a 10-minute drive. Now, they didn't score. They were stopped on 4th and goal at the 1-yard line in the 4th quarter, but they took 10 minutes off the clock at the end of that game. Auburn's defense is averaged being on the field for 9 minutes in the 4th quarter this season. That's something that's got to change going forward.
And it's an Arkansas offensive line that has started every guy in their spot all season long.
Yep.
And they're really, really good up front. Sam Pittman, of course, a former offensive line coach. You can tell that they put an emphasis on that offensive line. They're very, very good. And they have a physical runner in the quarterback in KJ Jefferson. He's a big guy. He's 6'3", 240. I mean, you can't just try to wrap him up. You got to bring him to the turf.
He's like a much taller Ronnie Brown.
Yes.
That's how they talk about him. They do.
I think that's a compliment. I think so.
It's backward, but
and he's from Mississippi, so he got a little bit of toughness in him.
There we go. Always comes back.
He's no Cartersville, Georgia boy.
Right. You just look Cartersville with Taylorsville. You get a Jefferson like tough guy.
Right. That's right. I have nothing to add, and I'm poor at transition. So we'll simply say we have a loaded tailgate show for you today. It really is going to be good. We're going to start things off with Coach J, Johnny Harris. We'll talk about the Auburn women's basketball team and the exciting start to the season coming up. Also on the menu today, Brett Whiteside joins us from On to Victory. And we will talk about that collective, the NIL collective, the initiative at Auburn right now, and that. Introducing the new Whataburger Breakfast Bowl. Well, that's right, one convenient bowl filled to the brim with a fresh baked biscuit, scrambled eggs, crispy hash browns, creamy gravy, shredded cheddar jack cheese, and your choice of sausage or bacon. It's available for a limited time. Yeah, at Whataburger. Stay with us. The Tiger Tailgate Show continues in a moment.
Conecuh Sausage is a product we all know and love, and it's the official sausage and hot dog of the Auburn Tigers. Conecuh Sausage is made from the finest cuts of pork, patented blend of seasonings, all natural casings, and smoked over a pure hickory fire for that true Southern flavor. Enjoy a crowd-pleasing Conecuh Sausage dog or premium hot dog while watching the Tigers, and make Conecuh part of your game day or any day. Conecuh Sausage is celebrating their 75th year at the Sessions family, making their premium smoked sausage in Evergreen, Alabama. Be sure to visit the new Conecuh gift shop right off I-65 at exit 96.
The Edward Via College of Osteopathic Medicine in Auburn is dedicated to its mission of transforming medical students into caring, compassionate physicians. VCOM partners with Auburn University for student activities, shared learning experiences, and research opportunities. Students are instructed in a hands-on learning environment by outstanding faculty members that are dedicated to student success. VCOM is working to improve the health of Alabama's citizens by increasing the number of primary care physicians throughout the state, especially in rural and underserved areas. Find out more at vcom.edu.
Recruiting plays a major role in team building. Recruiting also plays an important role in protecting my home from termites with Cook's Pest Control and the Citricon system. Termites eat the bait in the Citricon stations, then eagerly recruit other termites to also feed on the bait, thus eliminating the termite colony. Discover how affordable it is to protect your home. Call Cook's Pest Control.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
Working unsafely around underground utilities could put you at risk for outages, injury, and loss of life. Don't risk it. Alabama 811 plays a vital role in taking the request to have the underground utilities marked. It's free, it's simple, it's the law. Visit al811.com for more info.
This is a 2-minute drill on the Tiger Tailgate Show, presented by Conecuh Sausage.
With the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham, Brad Law, we're going to talk about some other Auburn sports. We're going to have women's basketball head coach, Coach J, Johnny Harris, joining us in about 4 minutes. You were at Plainsman Park last night. Auburn baseball, fall ball game against Alabama, and a packed house.
I'm glad that they've allowed these teams to play each other in the fall exhibition style. It was a 12-inning game, a full 12 innings. Auburn even led going into the bottom of the 12th and batted in the bottom of the 12th. Auburn won the exhibition game 13-8. Chase Alsip, Trevor Bauman, John Armstrong, Joseph Gonzalez, Drew Nelson, Will Cannon, Carson Swilling, Tommy Vale, Trevor Horn, and Chase Isbell all pitched for Auburn last night. Casey Howell, the old guy, the veteran of the team, went 3 for 3 for the Tigers, and a fabulous crowd. It looked like a Friday night SEC crowd at the ballpark last night.
It's really exciting when you think about some of the local high schools, too, that were playing and having senior nights and wrapping up their years. What that crowd might have been on a night where you didn't have high school football. It shows you where this program is. The 2022 baseball team will be recognized today, that College World Series team, and that'll be a fun time.
Some of those guys were back last night. They threw out the first pitch for the game last night. They will, I believe they will receive their championship rings out there today. So it's a big day for Auburn baseball, and we'll have a special guest on our live look-in regarding Auburn baseball in Jordan-Hare Stadium.
So if you're going to be in the stadium about 50 minutes before kickoff, make sure you look for that feature on the video board. All right, volleyball is in action at Kentucky today and tomorrow. There's a lot going on right now around Auburn athletics. Go to auburntigers.com, check the full schedule there. It's almost basketball season as well. Women's basketball head coach Johnny Harris joins us on the stage in 2 minutes. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Live Sports Radio, bringing you all the action of game day with no delay. Every touchdown, tackle, sideline report, and all the analysis from Andy Burcham, Stan White, and Ronnie Brown with no delay. At home and on the road, $25 new or $10 to reprogram the one you already have. Also, use it for every broadcast of home men's and women's basketball, baseball, and softball games, all with no delay with Live Sports Radio, presented by Alpha Insurance.
Kia of Auburn is happy to connect the Kia brand to the Auburn fans. Our winning lineup has something for everyone at almost any budget. SUVs like the Telluride, Sorrento, and Sportage. You prefer a sedan? Check out the Rio, Forte, Soul, or the Sporty Stinger. And don't forget our new multi-purpose vehicles, the Carnival, or our amazing hybrid or electric vehicles. Kia of Auburn is a proud supporter of Auburn athletics. Kia of Auburn, where you're always number one. Whoa, Rico.
We've invented a new messaging system using the crisp sounds of Bud Light. Crisp Code, Lesson 86. This is how you say, gee willikers, it's a hot one. Let's cool down with some Bud Lights. That's it for today. Bud Light. Crisp. Enjoy responsibly. Bud Light Beer. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
The official motions for quiet. That's Ed from Auburn Bank looking over another commercial loan application. He's assessing the capital needs of the small business, and long-term local relationships are his specialty. The client's liking it. They're really liking it. They love it! Exactly the hands-on experience they were looking for. Another local business with the capital they need for a big win. Auburn Bank, champions of you. Member FDIC.
We're back on the Tiger Tailgate Show as we get you set for Auburn and Arkansas, a little less than 3 hours away at Jordan-Hare Stadium. Speaking of this wonderful stadium, did you know that the same people who installed the sound system in the stadium and the people who run the sound for each home game, those are the same folks who are available for your special event? Auburn AV can handle any size event, even if you bring 87,000 or so of your closest friends. Visit auburnav.com, see their full audio-video solutions lineup. Well, joining us now is the head coach of the Auburn women's basketball team, Coach J, Johnny Harris, joining us now. Coach War Eagle, welcome to the show.
War Eagle.
Glad to have you here today.
Glad to be here.
Getting ready for your exhibition opener this week, right?
I am. My team is in the gym right now practicing.
I was going to ask what the regiment was for today, so they're already up and at
We're
it.
practicing right now. We have some unofficial visitors here, so got going early so we can get in and enjoy the football game.
So that was my first question, Coach, is what is the typical Auburn football Saturday like for women's basketball? Because, again, depending on game time, that affects your schedule on this Saturday, right?
Yeah, but, depending on game time, we'll practice, we'll tailgate. Usually we tailgate. We didn't this morning. We just had breakfast in the arena, but we'll tailgate, and then we'll do the Tiger Walk, and then we'll come into the field and then go and enjoy the game. Yeah.
As you get ready now for the exhibition game on Thursday night against Tuskegee, how do you coach that game? Are you looking at different rotations? Are you coaching it as you would the regular season opener? How do you approach your exhibition game?
I'm coaching it as I would the regular season opener. I've been looking at rotations all summer long. So, we got to get ready to go.
Coach, give us a glimpse of that rotation. Well, who are some of the newcomers that's stepping in and having an impact for you right now?
So right now we have Sydney Shaw, a freshman. She'll probably be starting for us at point. She definitely, we have a scrimmage tomorrow, so she definitely will tomorrow. We have Carissa Richardson, who's she's an undersized 5 player, but she's like a Barkley type, undersized, just tough and physical. And then we have Maya Pratcher, Ashley Duhan, just long athletic wings. Looking for all of them to make an impact. Our 5th senior is Adia Young, Carolyn Jones' daughter. She tore her Achilles early, so she'll be out this season. Yeah.
Hate to hear that. When you look at this team in year number 2 for you, with this recruiting class coming in, and it's a top 15 recruiting class, the first one you've had at Auburn, does it allow you to do more of what you want as far as your style offensively and defensively this season?
It does. We're not there yet. We're closer. But, yes, we're more aggressive. We want to pick people up and just be aggressive. We are a lot more aggressive. We're a lot more athletic. We're a lot more physical. So that was the coming in to starting with postseason, the summer and preseason. We wanted to get bigger, faster, and stronger. And it started with recruiting, but it also started with AC and Honesty. They had a much better postseason, summer, and preseason. So those kids got better. They got ready, and when the newcomers came in, it was easier because they could see what it looked like.
In talking about being intentional from a recruiting perspective, and I know you're a relationship builder, it's about relationships with you.
Yes.
There are some teams that kind of choose every year now to hit the transfer portal and load up that way. You kind of went more of the freshman route. Talk about that philosophy, if you will, and the reason behind it in building for the program.
Well, a lot of it is when we got here, a lot of that 22 class was already committed. And so just instead of going get a quick fix for like maybe a year, we just got people that really fit our system and that we felt like we could build into, that player that we want. Every kid that we sign fit our system.
Coach, 2 players you have back on the roster this year, on the team last year, but did not play due to injuries. One, Romy Levy, in a lot of ways, this is her freshman season, her first year playing in your system, and then you get Jacayla Johnson, one of the most sought-after junior college recruits in the country. Coach, how do they fit in? How are they recovering thus far in the preseason?
They're recovering really well. Jacayla just became fully able to go this week. Actually last week, and she had 1 day last week, and she's been going this week, and she looks good. Romy has been with us probably for about 3 weeks, full speed, and she looks good. Now she just had her knee drain, so she'll be a little limited tomorrow, but she came back. Both of those kids worked extremely hard, and they will be a big part of what we do this year.
Did you see the players' imitations of you on social media this week?
That was not funny. It was true.
Was it accurate?
It was pretty accurate.
We're just hearing about tremendous support, record number of season ticket sales for the women's basketball program. What does that mean to you as you enter your second season, to see the belief, to see the support and the passion that people are gathering for your program?
It means a lot. We make sure to have our players accessible. We try to get out in the community, get out to, the games, and just make sure people understand that we are committed to Auburn. And we want to, just show them that support because we want them to support us. And there's a lot of excitement around our basketball team this year.
Well, Coach, the one thing no one can question you about is not supporting other teams. If there's an event going on in Auburn, I see Coach Jay, I see her staff, and I see the women's basketball team. Coach, so I have to ask you, what has been your favorite non-women's basketball event to attend? I'm putting you on the spot here.
Oh, that's easy. Men's basketball, football, golf, soccer, swimming, baseball.
That's a good answer. That was
equestrian.
That was well played. That was good.
Every last
one
of them. And that's a true answer.
That was good.
All right. If people don't have their tickets yet, they want to go to aubtix.com and get those. You got 4 straight home games to open the season before you go out to Las Vegas. Every game's important. You're trying to win every one. What kind of advantage is it, though, to have those 4 at home in front of that supportive crowd before you hit the road for the first time?
It is a big advantage with a young team because our team is extremely young this year. But that's a big advantage, and we have a tough schedule. We're playing Georgia Tech's coming in, they're top 20. We're playing Indiana, they're number 11 when we go to Vegas. We have 5 under 50 RPI teams. They don't call it RPI anymore, but we have 5 of those teams early in the preseason. So, but I wanted to challenge this team because you got to get ready for the SEC. So I wanted to, and I think we'll get better and better as the season go on.
Yeah.
Coach, that was my final question. The SEC this year, a young team. You've had some young teams before. What are your expectations of this league and how this team can reach their potential in the SEC this year?
This league is going to be tough. It's going to be tough from top to bottom, so you have to be ready every day or you won't get beat, you'll get embarrassed. So my expectation for our team is every night to be tough, physical, aggressive, hard-nosed, and if you're that, you'll have a chance to win a ball game.
All right, Coach, we're looking forward to watching your team this season at Nettle Arena. Thanks for making us part of your day. War Eagle.
Thank you. War Eagle. Thank
Coach Jay, Coach Johnny Harris, Auburn women's basketball head coach, joining us here on the Tiger Tailgate Show. Stay with us. Much more to come outside Jordan-Hare Stadium as the Tiger Tailgate Show continues in a moment.
Saturdays in the South mean football and outdoor projects. And like an all-American lineup, nothing works harder or better than quality John Deere equipment. So get to Sun South, where it's more affordable than ever to own the best equipment available. Plus, discover our new selection of John Deere compact construction equipment, perfect for larger projects. Think Sun South, with 21 locations throughout the Southeast, or shop online at sunsouth.com. Sun South, proud to be the preferred tractor of the Auburn Tigers.
Putting together a winning drive, shotgun.
takes focus, determination,
There's the snap. Dropping back.
and that powerful form of energy
Scrambles to his right. Looking downfield.
called belief.
Launches it toward the end zone.
That belief in a team, in a community of fans, in each other.
Touchdown!
That powerful energy connects us all. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers. Power for a better Alabama.
We've all fallen into boring routines. We just keep doing what has to get done. Isn't it time to escape the old routine and make time for yourself? Make time to go out with old friends. Make time to add excitement back into your life. Make time to feel like a winner again. Life is more fun when you live it. So what are you waiting for? Escape every day at Wind Creek Casino and windcreekcasino.com.
This is head coach Brian Harson. I've been around cars all my life. Working on them, racing them, have taught me about being prepared, pay attention to details, and do things the right way. That's why I drive an F-150 pickup, because Ford does things the right way too. They designed F-150 to be powerful, smart, and always game day ready. That's why Ford F-150 is the official truck of the Auburn Tigers. Visit your local Ford dealer today. War Eagle.
Not all models, trims, or features may be available. Contact your dealer for more information.
This is a 2-minute drill on the Tiger Tailgate Show, presented by Conecuh Sausage.
Brad Law and Stan White, if there is a guy more into the Halloween spirit than Stan, I don't know who he is. You and your family, I love this. You guys do family costumes every year. Some of the past have been
Jimmy Dugan from League of Their Own and the Peaches, Rockford Peaches, with my daughter and wife. We've done Pirates of the Caribbean, Jack Sparrow.
And y'all don't just kind of do them either.
Oh, yeah,
like
we do
you,
them.
you commit.
Well, my wife's a Halloween baby. She's up for she's October 31st, so happy pre-birthday. So we did one day I did Hugh Jackman as the Greatest Showman, and everyone was a character within that movie.
Yeah, great movie.
This year, should I reveal? I don't know.
I think you should.
She's going. She and my daughter's going to the Pink Ladies, and me and my sons are going to the T-Birds.
Okay.
So, I'm Danny Zuko.
Which I was told is a Grease reference.
Yes, so, yes. I'm ashamed of you for not having seen that movie.
I haven't.
We lost Olivia Newton-John this year. I mean,
yes.
Obviously, Sandy,
You're right. So, all right. So you've got the costume already ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to be a big time. Now, do you guys, do you host a big Halloween thing at your house?
Our
is it all about the neighborhood
is massive. We usually go around there is a party in the neighborhood at one of the parks, and then we'll take our golf cart over there and we'll ride around, have some camaraderie with neighbors, and let the kids do their thing through the neighborhood, and then we'll come back and give out candy. But our neighborhood is massive. We'll have thousands of people throughout the street.
One of my favorite things is that Halloween has become like a neighborhood block party, tailgate party type of scene. We have a guy with a smoker in our neighborhood who makes sliders for everybody.
There'll be people that bring flatbed trucks that don't even live in our neighborhood. They'll just, hey, load up, we're going to the preserve.
It's a fun time. All right, more to come in 2 minutes. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
The Edward Via College of Osteopathic Medicine in Auburn is dedicated to its mission of transforming medical students into caring, compassionate physicians. VCOM partners with Auburn University for student activities, shared learning experiences, and research opportunities. Students are instructed in a hands-on learning environment by outstanding faculty members that are dedicated to student success. VCOM is working to improve the health of Alabama's citizens by increasing the number of primary care physicians throughout the state, especially in rural and underserved areas. Find out more at vcom.edu.
Here with This Week in Auburn Athletics. Auburn Volleyball has a 2-match series at Kentucky today and tomorrow, looking to remain in the SEC title hunt. Head coach Brent Crouch previews the Wildcats.
So it'll be great to play this level team with that kind of history and tradition and that kind of national recognition, and just see where we kind of match up where we are now. And we might match up with wins. We'll see. And if not, we're going to see how close we are. And I think we're going to look really close. We have some players that can play at a level where we can win the SEC.
First serve is set for 4 Central today and 1 Central tomorrow. At the SEC Cross Country Championship, junior Ryan Kanaan finished 11th out of over 100 runners. Kanaan and the Tigers will compete in the NCAA South Regional in Huntsville on November 11th. Men's and women's basketball will host exhibitions this week, while men's tennis, women's tennis, and equestrian will also be in action. To view full schedules and more information, visit auburntigers.com. For This Week in Auburn Athletics, I'm Jacob Hillman. War Eagle. Take it to the house this football season with the Alabama Manufactured Housing Association and the Auburn Tigers. This week's Take It to the House contestant is Gene McManus from Montgomery. If Auburn returns its first receive kickoff in the second half for a touchdown during this week's game, Gene will receive a $75,000 down payment towards the purchase of a manufactured home from an authorized AMHA dealer. Don't miss your chance to take it to the house this season and win a beautiful manufactured home. Register today at auburntigers.com/take it to the house. Certain terms and conditions may apply. For a complete set of contest rules, visit auburntigers.com/take it to the house.
Welcome back to the Tiger Tailgate Show outside Jordan-Hare Stadium. Brad Law, Andy Burcham, Jason Campbell. On to victory, strike up the band is a familiar refrain. We hope we hear it a lot today at Jordan-Hare Stadium. On to victory is also the name of Auburn's NIL collective, and joining us now is Brett Whiteside, the executive director of On to Victory, and Janai Broom, one of the newcomers to the Auburn men's basketball program, reigning Ohio Valley Conference Defensive Player of the Year. Guys, welcome. War Eagle.
War Eagle. Glad to have you all here today. And by the way, the next Talking Tigers podcast, which comes up Monday morning at 7, features Jason Campbell, Brett Whiteside, as we talk about On to Victory. We go into detail about On to Victory. So, Brett, for those that have heard probably about the collective, just a little bit about On to Victory and your role with On to Victory right now.
Yeah, absolutely. First thing, good morning. It's always a great day following an Alabama win.
A win over Alabama.
A win over
That's
Alabama.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Excited to be here. On to Victory is Auburn's collective. It was founded by 7 Auburn alums who really just wanted to provide opportunities for our student athletes. They did it in a not-for-profit model and have vowed that at least 90% of everything goes directly to our student athletes. We're so excited to engage with them. We have 12 sports represented right now, and we hope to be able to expand that to all of our student athletes.
Janai is one of those guys that is brand new to the Auburn campus. I mean, it's been kind of a whirlwind for you. I mean, not only do you come to the campus, you go on the trip, make the trip to Israel, and you guys are getting ready for that exhibition game on Wednesday night against Alabama Huntsville.
Yes, sir. Like you said, the trip with Israel was amazing, especially with this group of guys we have. Being able to go to the Holy Land and have fun and play basketball, the game we love. My head coach, Bruce Pearl, and our staff and the players was something, a trip that we'll never forget.
Yeah.
Brett, how satisfying or fulfilling is it for you to be a part of something now that is allowing these student athletes to benefit from their experience at Auburn in a way that they haven't been able to before, given your familiarity and passion for this place?
Absolutely. I'm an Auburn alum, went to school here, love this place so much, and have had opportunities to work on football staffs throughout my career. And now to have an opportunity to provide these types of incentives to our players to be able to engage in name, image, and likeness. It's something that has been needed for quite some time, and we're just so happy that we have the type of support from the Auburn family that allows us to make deals with our players.
Yeah, the most important thing about it, like you said, just bringing the Auburn family an opportunity to connect, with the student athletes. It's just kind of bridging the gap. And, and also the student athletes understanding the importance of requirements and different things. So, so much is given, much is required. You know how it goes. So, these student athletes are doing a great job. And, Janai, we're happy to see you here bright and early this morning. Yes, I know how hard it is to get up as an athlete on a Saturday morning. You get a chance to sleep in. But talk about the importance of NIL and what it means as a student athlete.
It's very important. Me coming to Auburn and being able to connect with On to Victory was very important and very helpful. It allows me to be responsible as a young man and being able to take care of my taxes with On to Victory. They've helped me a lot with the taxes side of everything, and it allows me to help myself but help my family as well while I'm in college playing the sport I love.
What does that mean, Janai? What does that mean to be able to, and Jason talks about that in the podcast coming up, setting that up to where you guys have the taxes taken out in advance, but what does that mean to be able to help your family right now?
It means a lot. Every kid's dream growing up is to, help their family and make sure they're good, not struggling, anything like that. So with On the Victory, you know, it just allows you to help your family from college. You know, you don't have to make it to the professional level just yet to help your family out. And a big thing is, you know, being able to help people back at home, it makes your life better because it just makes everybody smile. That makes sense.
Absolutely.
Brett, can you talk to a little more of the support piece? I mean, it's not just guys getting a check and then, all right, off you go. The support, the education, everything else around.
Yeah, no question. This is a shared responsibility. I mean, these guys have a personal brand now. It's something that's setting them up. They are their own small business. And there's shared responsibility with the university. I think Auburn Athletics is doing a great job in trying to support these guys, educate them, provide opportunities to them. But it's on us as well. And we sit down with the athletes as they come in. We talk about the importance of representing themselves the right way, representing Auburn the right way. We do provide every student athlete an opportunity to put money in a deferred simple tax savings account. It's something they don't realize they're going to pay self-employment tax. You know, they don't know what that is. They're going to get a 1099, and they need help with that. But we're excited to be able to do those types of things and educate them throughout this process.
OnToVictory.com is the website. Folks can already go there now. You can subscribe and get ready for the Roll with On to Victory Day coming up next month.
Yeah, absolutely. This today is our official launch of our new website and subscription option. You can support On to Victory at the entry level of $34 a month. And we hope that the Auburn family will come in and support these student athletes at whatever level they're able to. And as you said, Roll with On to Victory Day, November 14th, and we hope that everyone will come in, support Rolling Tumors Corner. It should be synonymous with NIL and On to Victory.
Jason, education is a big part. It's a big part of what you do with On to Victory, isn't it?
Yeah, you got to educate and learn more about it. And, you know, for years, you know, people always want to have an opportunity to be involved with the student athletes. This gives every person that loves Auburn. You know, you didn't have to be an Auburn alumni. You didn't have to have a kid that went to Auburn. If you just love Auburn and you just someone that just believe in what we're trying to do and try to help these student athletes, you can get involved. And how you can do that is go into the OnToVictory.com and you can learn more about it and educate yourself. But, you know, this is a great chance, not just for these kids to make money, but an opportunity to build a legacy as far as like after football and after basketball and when you should leave Auburn, because now you get a chance to have those talks and those conversations. Because let's be honest, not everybody goes pro, and it's a small percentage. So if you have that chance, you're one of the few. But this doesn't stop now. Now you have opportunity to leave college and set yourself up to start your young life off in the right direction.
Janai, before we go, let you get a little warmer. Tell us about this team and how much you're looking forward to the exhibition game on Wednesday night.
Oh, we're all ready for the exhibition game. You know, since Israel, it's our first opponent that kind of in front of the Auburn family and the Auburn fans.
Right.
You know, since I've got here, I've realized that, you know, the Auburn family and Auburn fans pay attention to the sports a lot. You know, they are at every game, whether it's volleyball, basketball, football, soccer, you know, it's always a packed gym. And I'm just ready to pack the gym out for Reneva Arena. You know, the guys are excited. We work hard every day. You know, we bring energy. The staff brings energy. You know, we compete each and every day to get each other better.
Enjoy playing in front of the jungle Wednesday.
Yes,
it's going to be fun.
Going to be great. Janai, Brett, thank you very much for coming by. War Eagle.
War Eagle.
All right, Janai Broom, Brett Whiteside talking about On to Victory. Listen, if you're looking for an easy or seamless transition to Auburn University, consider Southern Union State Community College. Conveniently located just a few miles from Auburn, Southern Union offers classes that easily transfer to the university. Endless opportunities are right up the road. The Tiger Tailgate Show continues in a moment.
Hey, Auburn fans. It's time to stretch those legs and reach for another bag of Golden Flake. Home or away, with family or friends, you know no game day is complete without your favorite snack. So enjoy Golden Flake or any of our other delicious snacks from the Utz family of brands and sit back for the rest of the game. Golden Flake and Auburn football, a winning team. Simple, Southern, goodness, Golden Flake. Celebrating 65 years as the official salty snack of the Auburn Tigers.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Auburn Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
In football, it's important to call the right play. In life, it can be even more important to make the right call, especially regarding termite protection. To protect my home, I called Cook's Pest Control and got the Centricon system. You don't have to live with termites. For a free quote, make the right call. Cook's Pest Control and the Centricon system.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
We've invented a new messaging system using the crisp sounds of Bud Light. Crisp Code, Lesson 86. This is how you say, gee willikers, it's a hot one. Let's cool down with some Bud Lights. That's it for today. Bud Light. Crisp.
Enjoy responsibly. Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is a 2-minute drill on the Tiger Tailgate Show, presented by Conecuh Sausage.
Brad Law and Ronnie Brown, and I got Stan on Halloween questions, and so I want to ask you some Halloween questions too. You kind of quietly go about the fact that you and your family also do the themed costumes, right?
Yeah, and it's not always intentional. It's just kid-driven.
Uh-huh.
They just, like, little man and I went in the Halloween store, and we get his costume, and he's like, hey, Dad, you got to get one. And then it turned into,
sure,
what are
I'll
we
do
doing as a family? And I get suckered in, have to participate, but it's
don't act like you don't enjoy it, though. Come on. You enjoy it, right?
If I'm honest,
yeah.
I'd prefer not to.
Really?
But yeah, like I just don't get into that stuff. But for the kids, you end up doing a lot of stuff that you normally probably wouldn't do.
Well, that is true. That's very true. All right, well, what are you going with this year?
I want skeleton or something, like one of the little full body things where it's just the bones and.
So it's like a black shirt and pants, but with the bones.
Yeah, but it's a onesie. I got an adult onesie, and it looks like a
Stan wants to chime in.
Look, see my guy, it's kind of, but not a suit. His is
He's
nicer.
being like a Karate Kid, the original Karate Kid, Johnny, the Skull and Bones.
Yeah,
that's
I'm
what
the
he's
Skull
gonna
and
do.
Bones.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
There you go.
What's your number one Halloween candy, Ronnie?
Snickers. I'm just a Snickers fan. I don't like sugar that much. Like in terms of just like the candy that is straight sugar.
Yeah,
I'm a Snickers guy.
Jason Campbell.
And Andy's over here saying me neither. Well, favorite candy, Stan, at Halloween?
Oh man, anything chocolate.
Okay.
Anything chocolate.
Anything chocolate.
Yeah, but I like some Skittles too. I'm a Skittles guy.
You'll throw it in there. Andy wants to chime in. We only have 10 seconds.
Baby Ruth.
Ooh, I'll buy that.
But the individual size, big ones are too messy.
No, they're not.
Okay, fine.
The more the better.
The Auburn Sports Network.
The Auburn Football Review is your source for highlights, locker room interviews, special features, and more. For decades, the Auburn Football Review has been appointment viewing for Auburn fans throughout the Southeast. Join Andy Burcham each week as he visits with head coach Brian Harson to get his immediate take on the game. Check your local listings or auburntigers.com for when and how to watch the Auburn Football Review.
Hey, Auburn fans. It's time to stretch those legs and reach for another bag of Golden Flake. Home or away, with family or friends, no game day is complete without your favorite snack. So enjoy Golden Flake or any of our other delicious snacks from the Utz family of brands and sit back for the rest of the game. Golden Flake and Auburn football, a winning team. Simple, Southern goodness, Golden Flake. Celebrating 65 years as the official salty snack of the Auburn Tigers.
Thinking of advancing your career with a master's degree in business? If so, consider the graduate degree choices at Auburn University's Harbert College of Business. Ranked among the nation's best, we offer full-time and online programs in finance, supply chain management, information systems, accounting, and business administration. Learn more at harbert.auburn.edu.
In 1925, Modelo began brewing beer for those who believe in better. A model beer, steeped in the tradition of tireless effort. A rich Pilsner-style lager for those who wear their heart and heritage on their rolled-up sleeve. Since our first batch to every bottle raised today, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from. It matters what you're made of. Modelo Especial, brewed for those with a fighting spirit. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Welcome back to the Tiger Tailgate Show outside Jordan-Hare Stadium. Bring layers today. It's going to be a beautiful day for football, especially once kickoff rolls around. But, boy, a little breezy and a little chilly right now.
Yeah, I need a toboggan.
I felt bad
Toboggan, nice.
Well, he tried donuts and a heater, and they didn't bring that. So
Yeah, no hot chocolate.
Nope, nothing. I'll tell you, it's a terrible.
Quarterbacks.
It's a rough life you live, Jason.
You know, can't get a heater out here that shoots down on us. And
should have brought my little buddy heater.
We got no food. We got no jobs. Our pets' heads are falling off. All right, it's time for the Guthrie's game picks.
Please.
And we have 4 games that we're going to pick from around the country. Standings. Jason, I just sent you the standings. Would you share those with everybody, please?
Yeah, we got Stan, the ultimate don't take chances. 24 wins to 7 losses in first place. Andy Burcham.
Thank you.
23-8. Downtown
if you're not first, you're
Ronnie
last.
Brown, 19-12.
Ronnie no longer in the cellar.
And the guy that's going to make the ultimate
Hey,
comeback.
I always can bring it up, baby. If you're at the bottom, you got nowhere to go but up.
The guy that's going to make the ultimate comeback, I've taken too many chances. I'm 18-13.
Oh. You better start taking chances now.
But that's over 500. Like, for a baseball team, that's really good.
That's over 500, but, I want to be,
This is picks.
I want to be Aaron Judge right now. I want to be batting 1,000.
All right.
I understand. All right, so we'll see how you
Aaron
do.
Judge isn't batting at all right now.
Aaron Judge is relaxing on the beach right now somewhere.
All right, well, Guthrie's is the sponsor of our game picks. Guthrie's thanks the Auburn family for over 40 years of business. You guys know since day one, fresh, hot, and fast, always been the Guthrie's promise. Find the nearest Guthrie's to you. Visit Guthrie'sChicken.com. First game on the docket today, 11 o'clock Central up in Happy Valley. Number 2, undefeated Ohio State. Number 13, one-loss Penn State. Penn State's only loss was to Michigan. Michigan wore them down in the second half. Ohio State, a 15.5-point favorite on the road. Stan, we'll start with you since you're leading.
We're washing the lines out of this, correct?
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Take a chance.
Oh, man, this is going to be a tough one. Because actually, I kind of like this game to be a close one.
I kind of do too.
I'm leading, right? Why would I go out on a limb when I'm leading? Penn State!
Oh,
you got the upset.
You got some cushion.
Wow.
All right, a chance to move up right now because it's
or
gonna
a chance to extend that
It's going to be a
lead.
two-loss Penn State team after today. Ohio State wins this one on the road.
All right, Ronnie?
I'm going with Ohio State and their quarterback and wide receiver.
Please take Ohio State, JC. Come on. Well, you got to go out on a limb too now.
Joey Porter's son is my buddy, but, I picked him to get a couple pass interferences today. It's Ohio State receiving corps.
I almost want to make a conventional pick with Stan.
Uh-huh.
Wait, but the popcorn is popping tonight, and Ohio State is winning in all whiteout.
I see.
Okay.
I got you. All right.
Is this their second whiteout? All right, this is their first whiteout of the year.
Second.
Is it? Who do they do it for first?
Did they do Iowa?
Well, last year, us.
Well, yeah, but this year.
Doesn't matter.
They had it earlier this year.
Let's move on.
Minnesota. Minnesota. Jacob knew. All right, so let's go now to a Big 12 matchup in Manhattan, Kansas. Kansas State, a 1.5-point favorite at home against 9th-ranked Oklahoma State. Cowboys, Wildcats. Jason, we'll start with you this time.
I'm going with K-State at home over Oklahoma State. I like the little short running back, Vaughn. Actually, he knows my nephew. They actually grew up beside each other in Memphis for a little while, so I have a connection there.
There you go. Connections do it to you every time. Ronnie?
Get your big hat. I'm going with Oklahoma State.
Andy?
Cowpokes on the road.
Stan?
I think I'll go with the Cowboys as well. I'm going with the old the mullet, or the old mullet.
So
you don't
you
have a mullet anymore. It's just
He's a
big
full-grown
hair.
man mullet.
Yeah.
Right.
So, Jason, you're out there on a limb by yourself with Kansas State.
Got to take chances. Halloween weekend.
Now you got to take chances Halloween weekend. And I don't think it was 3 minutes ago that he told us he wasn't going to take any more chances
He went
this
from
year.
conventional to out on a limb in one pick.
But you got to take chances because it's
Halloween.
Halloween weekend. Okay. All right, let's go to Orlando.
It is the political season.
Right, that's true.
Yeah.
At 2:30 today, number 20 Cincinnati is at UCF, and this game is a pick'em in Orlando. Let's start with Ronnie this time.
Man, I got to go with my guy, my former teammate, the defensive coordinator from UCF.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing some good defense. I'm going to go with T. Will. He's going to get those guys excited, and they're going to be playing at home.
Yeah.
It's a little cool in Cincinnati, a little warmer down in Central Florida. So
that's true. All right, looking for a bounce back for the Knights. Stan, what do you think?
You know, they have been playing good defense except for against East Carolina last week and
Yeah.
got stomped. But in a comeback game, I will go with Central Florida.
All right, Jason.
This is a tough one. My heart says UCF for T. Will.
Yeah.
But I'm going out on a limb, and my mind is saying Cincinnati.
So which one you go with?
Head or heart?
My heart's got me in trouble in the past with, former girlfriends.
Wow, you went there.
Yeah, but it puts you in a
But
good
my
spot
mind-
now. But
Yeah.
but
My
look how
mind
good your
right,
heart has
my
done with
mind-
you now.
Exactly, but my mind took me out of the situations and got me where I am now.
Right.
With a lovely wife.
Yes,
so I'm
indeed.
going with Cincinnati.
That's a good recovery.
Sure was.
That's a nice recovery.
Wow. Did you notice we were all trying to throw the life
I was
preservers
trying to, I was
down?
trying to slide my chair a little bit further away from him. I would see flying rocks.
Man, oh man.
Andy, what do you think?
UCF.
All right.
There we go.
He's not going to get in trouble.
Dang right. I learned my lesson.
All right, the last game we will pick, 6:30 tonight. Number 15, Ole Miss, a slim favorite at Texas A&M. Rebels just taken to the woodshed by LSU last week. Texas A&M is sort of in the woodshed of life right now. Andy, we'll start with you on this one, the Aggies and the Rebels.
I think this is a must-win game for A&M as far as saving this season. I think the Aggies find a way, and that this will probably be my limb for the week. I'll take A&M to win this one at home.
Jason.
Whew. Lane Kiffin coming off a tough loss against LSU, and A&M, they can't figure out their quarterback situation right now. So I'm going to lean with the experience in this one and go with Ole Miss.
All right, Ole Miss is Jason's pick. The Mississippi ties drawing him back maybe a little bit. Stan, what do you think?
You know, I called Jimbo Fisher yesterday, and he failed to meet with me and give me a game plan. So
he did finally do the meeting, by the way.
That was the game
He
plan.
canceled on me to go to his original meeting.
There you go.
I'm going to go. So with that being said, I'm going with Ole Miss.
All right, Stan's picking the Rebels.
Am I on the limb still?
Right now,
Yeah.
yes. Ronnie, do you join Andy out
I'm
there?
following the herd over here.
Okay.
Listen, I mean, Ole Miss, I just think, like, this LSU football team that they played has only gotten better this year.
Yes, indeed.
And so, I mean, Texas A&M lost to South Carolina, which they're on a roll, but I like Ole Miss's, offense more than I like Texas A&M.
So, look, Andy is out on the limb with A&M. Jason is on the limb twice. He's the only one to pick Kansas State at home. He's the only one to pick Cincinnati on the road. It could be a big week for you, Jason.
You need to give me twice on the Nittany Lions.
Yeah. And we got Stan out there on his own on Penn State. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens this week. Stay tuned for the standings reveal next week on the show. That's hour number one, Tiger Tailgate Show. Second hour will begin with a look back to the 1972 Amazons. Randy Walls, quarterback of that team, is here. Ralph Jordan Jr. will be here. We got a lot of great stuff coming up in the second hour as the Tiger Tailgate Show continues in a moment.
Thank you, Auburn, for over 40 years of business. Since day one at Guthrie's, we've been serving up the best golden fried chicken fingers, hand-chopped coleslaw, crinkle-cut fries, and our signature Guthrie sauce. Often imitated, never duplicated. We have 4 Auburn locations to serve you, including South College and our downtown location off East Glen Avenue, which is open until 3 a.m. every night. Fresh, hot, and fast. That's the Guthrie's promise. To find the nearest Guthrie's to you, visit Guthrie'sChicken.com.
Toyota presents How Far Did They Drive? Against Arkansas in 2016, Auburn was riding a 3-game winning streak into late October. After Arkansas's opening drive faltered, the Tigers' offense took the field for the first time at its own 22-yard line.
Give to Eli Stone. There goes Eli! To the 50, to the 40, to the 30, to the 20. Goodbye! Touchdown, Auburn! Eli Stone on the end around for 78.
The one-play drive covered 78 yards in just 11 seconds. Auburn's offense didn't slow down either, routing Arkansas 56-3, while rushing for 543 yards. The most ever by one SEC team against another. Visit your local Toyota dealer or go to Toyota.com today. No matter your destination, Toyota goes with you. Toyota. Let's go places.
Hey parents and kids, it's a perfect time for students to read their way to the Iron Bowl in AEA's Be a Champion and Read contest.
AEA wants to help K through 6th grade students to be academic champions, just like the Auburn Tigers.
Students who participate in the Be a Champion and Read challenge could win 3 tickets to the Iron Bowl and a chance to take the field on game day. Ask your teacher about contest rules.
Encourage your child to be an AEA champion reader and win a trip to the Iron Bowl.
This is a 2-minute drill on the Tiger Tailgate Show, presented by Conecuh Sausage.
All right, on this final Saturday in October, it is time for everybody's favorite. It's time for the StubHub Move of the Game. That's right, we have our young ladies in front of our stage with the StubHub sign. Here's how you win it. If you currently have tickets in the upper deck and you're wearing Auburn gear and you don't mind going into the stadium here in the next 30 minutes or so, be the first one to come up and find our young ladies here with a StubHub sign, and you can be our StubHub Move of the Game winner. We'll take you inside. We'll move you from the upper deck to the lower bowl, and you'll get some better seats for today's game featuring Auburn and Arkansas. Well, that is one of 5 matchups in the SEC today. The other 4 all intra-conference games as we check that schedule. Coming up at 2:30 Central Time today in Jacksonville, Florida. It is Florida and top-ranked Georgia. Florida, somewhat surprisingly, one of the top teams in the league in yards per offensive play. Georgia, one of the top defenses in the country. Florida and Georgia, 2:30 Central in Jacksonville. Columbia, South Carolina, number 25, South Carolina, newly into the top 25 after their win over Texas A&M last week, playing host to Missouri. That's a 3 o'clock start in Columbia, South Carolina. Top 25 matchup in Knoxville, 3rd-ranked Tennessee plays host to number 19, Kentucky. Volunteers at 7-0, Wildcats at 5-2. And then the game we were just talking about to close out the pick segment, number 15, Ole Miss at Texas A&M. The Aggies trying to draw back to 500 with a win today over the Rebels. Again, looking for a winner in our StubHub Move of the Game contest. Be the first one to come up with upper deck tickets, wearing Auburn gear, willing to go into the stadium in the next half hour. We'll move you from the upper deck to the lower bowl. Just find the StubHub sign in front of the stage. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Auburn basketball returns to the Auburn Sports Network on November 7th.
Wendell steps into a 3 and buries it. K.D. Johnson 3. Got it!
The SEC champions begin their title defense on your exclusive home for Auburn basketball. The Auburn Sports Network.
Sports matter. They bring us together. That's why we're a proud sponsor of athletic programs across the state. More fans, families, and friends trust Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama to provide the health insurance coverage and services they depend on. We're proud to support Alabamians. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama. We cover what matters.
At Auburn, we believe in work, hard work. That's why we believe in the Ford F-150 truck and love it. With the available smart tech you need, plus a choice of 7 available engines, delivering premium grade muscle and impressive power numbers, F-150 can help you tackle whatever the day brings. This is head coach Brian Harson. Check out the official truck of the Auburn Tigers at your local Ford dealer today. War Eagle.
Not all models, trims, or features may be available. Contact your dealer for more information.
When you see the SEC student athlete, it's easy to picture the swing, the stance, the form. But look closer, and you'll see the heart, the brain, the clutch lab partner, the avid two-stepper, the pride of a hometown, and a little brother's hero. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Taking you neath the sun-kissed sky outside Jordan-Hare and across the SEC. It's time for another hour of the Tiger Tailgate Show presented by Conecuh Sausage. Conecuh Sausage is the official sausage and hot dog of the Auburn Tigers. Straight ahead, more special guests and matchup analysis as we move closer to kickoff. Here's Brad Law to start another hour of the Tiger Tailgate Show.
All right, very exciting day at Jordan-Hare Stadium. Not only is Auburn playing at home for the first time in nearly a month as the Tigers take on Arkansas, but a number of terrific recognitions here today. The 2022 Auburn baseball team, the College World Series team, will be recognized on the field at Jordan-Hare Stadium. And the 1972 Auburn football team, the Amazons, will also be recognized. And a number of those guys and their families are in town now. They'll be on the field. And we're going to visit with a couple of guys to talk about that year and that team right now, including Ralph Jordan Jr., son of Coach Shug Jordan, and Randy Walls, the quarterback of that 1972 team. Guys, welcome to the show. War Eagle, thank you very much for being here with us today.
War Eagle.
Randy, let's start with you and a dinner last night. When these team get-togethers take place, there's a dinner the night before, and guys get a chance to get together and just catch up a little bit. What was that like? How was dinner last night?
Well, I'll start by saying this. Michelle had to run us out about 30 minutes after we were supposed to have already been gone, but somehow or another, Terry Henley got the microphone, and it was on. It was on after that. So, but hey, it was very special.
Yeah. I'll tell you, between Mac Lorindo and Terry Henley, if you let those guys get a microphone, good luck getting it back.
We went to the Auburn Touchdown Club meeting Thursday night, and Mac spoke. I promise you, every woman in the house was crying.
Wow.
Had tears running down their eyes. Mac is passionate. But, you know, Mac lived.
Yeah.
Mac lived Auburn football for 22 years. And Mac's got a photographic memory. He was an academic All-American, All-SEC, so he's very smart, and he can remember things that I'd forgotten.
When you look back at that 72 team, of course, you had lost Pat Sullivan, obviously, the year before, and I still remember as a kid going back and listening to Gary Sanders' just awesome call in the Iron Bowl, and to me, it's still, I mean, we've been part of some great calls over the last 25 or 30 years, but that's that one to me is the tops. When did you guys know? I mean, you lost one game that year, and you lost obviously your Heisman Trophy winner. You lost one game. It wasn't expected to be, you know, a 10-11 win team that year. When did y'all know? Was there any moment, or did you just kind of know going into the season, hey, we're going to be a great football team?
Had no clue. Mac and I were talking. Mac stays with me when he comes to town. We had no clue, but we knew, just like Mac said, I'm quoting Mac, nobody outworked us. One offense against one defense all day, every day, just about. And at the end of practice, they'd put it on the 3, and Coach Lorindo was behind them, pointing to where we were going to run the ball to the defense to just make it that much harder to block it. And I heard a story last night I hadn't heard, but Coach Davis, the defensive coordinator, after about 45 minutes of on the 3-yard line, he'd go in the defensive huddle and he said, "Look, let them score. We're going to be out here all day." and of course they'd let us score. But Terry was telling them last night how much better the offense was than the defense. We knew he was kind of embellishing a little bit there. But
they had a big game against Alabama, right?
Wrong. But it's everybody. Several people spoke, and it was. I was just glad to be a part.
Yeah. Ralph, you were talking a little yesterday about the toughness of that team and conversations that you had with your dad and hearing practice and talking a little bit about the preparation that team went through. There we go.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was here in graduate school at the time and had the opportunity to come to numerous practices, and of course he was on the field, but I would sit up in the stands and watch, and then later that evening or next day at lunch I went over there a lot of times, and I told him one day, I said, "You're going to kill those kids," and he said, "We got to put the bottom in the bucket." That was exactly what he said. He said they got to, in this spring, believing in themselves, and believing in each other. And he said, I don't know but one way to get there. And that's what Randy endured. It's what I observed. And, I mean, I'd watch him put that ball down there on the 3, and Henley, everybody knew Henley was going to make it sooner or later. But, you know, the day was wearing out. So what you saw there in those successive weekends through the fall was the results of that hard work and commitment. And they learned that in the spring. I'm not sure you could get away with that now as a coaching staff, but it sure worked.
Yeah,
sure did.
And Raph, when you talk about like toughness, you know, a lot of the things that you saw, a lot of the things that you guys experienced, how did that, I mean, we call it toughness back then. I think now looking at it, it's like just flat out crazy sometimes.
Yeah.
But
That's
like,
a good
talk
word.
about how that shaped and molded you as an individual, and how that has helped prepare a lot of guys in success post-football career. Because I think a lot of times people don't understand the impact that has, because you don't get to see what happens behind the scenes before you come in the stadium.
Well, Ronnie, it's ironic you would mention that. A lot of people ask me about my dad's war service. Of course, 5 invasions, Purple Heart at Normandy. But he never mentioned that. That was not a conversation that we had in our household. I don't know whether he had compartmentalized that because just the memory was more than he could stand. But somewhere down deep inside of me, I knew that he had in his life experienced things that were just unimaginable. And it gave me strength. And I tell people all the time, I grew up, I was, you know, in junior high school before I knew Kenny Howard wasn't my doctor. And, I mean, I'd step on a nail or something like that, and Kenny'd come over. You know, it just and you know how Kenny was. You know, Kenny give you 2 salt tablets and put you back on the field. So toughness was obviously a part of that game y'all played and loved so long, and it was part of who he was. And I think there were rare occasions when you would see it, you know, displayed publicly. But he was a tough guy. And I tell people all the time, I mean, my dad was tough, but my mother was real tough. So, you know, my mother with a hairbrush could really get your attention. So, but it was fun growing up with it. I tried a little bit in high school, and he explained to me, he said, it's just not your game. At 135 pounds, you're not going to make much of an impact. So I moved on to track and basketball. But he was a competitor. He was tough-minded, but he also had a lot of compassion.
He did.
And he understood what young players were going through and what their families were putting up with, and he was always there for y'all. I think I never heard anybody say he wasn't. Yeah. And so it was a great part of Auburn history and our personal family history too.
You know, what's amazing is when your peers talked about Coach Jordan and his life story, not just his coaching service, his life story. It's pretty awesome to read about and hear players, ex-players that played for him, how tough he was, but how much they love him. And so that's a compliment to him and what he stood for.
Absolutely.
Randy, what are some of your memories, plays maybe, or just you know, Friday nights with the guys of that 72 year?
Friday back then we would buses would put up. We'd get in 2 buses and go to the movie. And funny story, one night I'm not going to call his name, but he missed the bus. So he got in his car and tried to beat us to the movie theater. He did beat us, but he didn't get out of his car until we started coming out of the bus. And he parked at the back of the parking lot, so he had to run to get in the back of the line. And he was running between cars, and they opened the door, and he ran into the door, and it like to kill him. But he never missed another. But we go every Friday night. We would go to, and Coach Jordan picked the movie, and no, Kenny picked the movie. Kenny picked the movie.
Okay.
Love it. Well, I wish we had about a half hour more to continue to talk about that team and that group and what it means to you guys. We're looking forward to seeing the appreciation shown on the field today, and just very glad you guys are here. Thanks for making us a part of what will be a busy and hopefully an enjoyable day for you guys. War Eagle.
War Eagle.
Thank you for having us.
Ralph Jordan Jr., David Walls, 1972. The Amazons will be honored here today at Jordan-Hare Stadium. Tiger Walk has wrapped up. We are seeing the crowd start to come this way along the east side of the stadium. Tiger Walk Report presented by Hibbett and City Gear. They have all the hottest brands, Nike, Adidas, Jordan, and more, including the latest releases. Check out a Hibbett or City Gear store near you or visit Hibbett.com. Hibbett, a proud supporter of Auburn football. The Tiger Tailgate Show continues in a moment.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Auburn Athletics, helping the world keep promising.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Make sure. Jim.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me.
We're on the air.
I need to try it first.
Hi, this is Coach Brian Harson. They say Coke Zero Sugar is refreshingly delicious. Does that make it the best Coke ever? Find out for yourself. War Eagle.
Putting together a winning drive
shotgun
takes focus, determination.
There's the snap, dropping back.
And that powerful form of energy.
Scrambles to his right, looking downfield.
Called belief.
Launches it toward the end zone.
That belief in a team, in a community of fans, in each other.
Touchdown!
That powerful energy connects us all. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers. Power for a better Alabama.
Communities don't just happen. They're built by people. From the big moments to the small acts of kindness. It's the authentic connections we make that define us. At Alpha Insurance, we know that every day you're building things that are worth protecting. Because for us, this is more than coverage. It's who we are. Alpha Insurance, building tomorrow together.
This is a 2-minute drill on the Tiger Tailgate Show, presented by Conecuh Sausage.
Brad Law, Jason Campbell. I'm going to keep the Halloween-themed questions going here on these 2-minute drills because they're just so much fun. Now that you're a married man and someday, soon or later, I don't know, sooner or later, kids, when are they going to be in the picture?
Hopefully sooner than later.
Hopefully soon. All right. So you'll be in the mix for family costumes. You've been thinking about that at all? You got any ideas?
Oh, man. Maybe it would be the, Batman and Robin and the little Batmans and Robins.
Yeah?
Yeah, or the Minions.
Right.
I won't be like running around. I won't wear no onesie.
Well, didn't y'all do Minions a few years ago? Yeah, they did Minions a few years ago.
What if you got to go to the bathroom, you got a onesie on?
Well, I don't know. Do you want to bring Ronnie in on this? He's got the headset on.
You have to plan beforehand.
Right.
Yeah, but
you use the bathroom before you zip it up.
Or you might catch some wrong candy out there.
Well, you don't eat the candy when they give it to you, Jason.
Hey, some people like to eat it as soon as they get it.
You can tell the difference with kids and no kids. I'll work on him. He got time.
You got to educate him. You got to have a different Halloween plan. What's your plan for Halloween this year?
Man, I usually sit out in front of the TV and have some Krispy Kreme donuts and some chili dogs or something. Just wait for the kids to come around and just kind of scare them off their parents some coffee or hot chocolate. And most of the time they sit out with us and watch whatever I'm watching on TV.
So really, it's just another night. There just happen to be kids coming by that you can jump at.
Yeah, another night for me, and hope the kids enjoy the Campbell's household.
I appreciate the fact that you're giving the parents hot chocolate or coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
When you're scaring the dickens out of their kids.
All right, they want to enjoy.
With donuts. With donuts, too.
I don't understand the mix.
I don't
Krispy Kreme donuts, chili dogs, and hot chocolate.
Yeah, you're missing a little fire pit right there in the driveway.
Auburn family, be sure to join Coach Jay in Auburn women's basketball this season in Neville Arena. Season tickets are on sale now and start at only $50, including home games against Georgia Tech, Alabama, and South Carolina. For more information or to purchase season tickets, visit aubtix.com. Thank you for supporting Auburn women's basketball, and see you this season in Neville Arena. War Eagle!
Conecuh Sausage is a product we all know and love, and it's the official sausage and hot dog of the Auburn Tigers. Conecuh Sausage is made from the finest cuts of pork, patented blend of seasonings, all natural casings, and smoked over a pure hickory fire for that true Southern flavor. Enjoy a crowd-pleasing Conecuh Sausage dog or premium hot dog while watching the Tigers, and make Conecuh part of your game day or any day. Conecuh Sausage is celebrating their 75th year. The Sessions family making their premium smoked sausage in Evergreen, Alabama. Be sure to visit the new Conecuh gift shop right off I-65 at exit 96.
North American beavers are excellent swimmers, but on land, they waddle about clumsily. That is until they spot the yellow tag on a stack of Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. Their instincts kick in, and the colony springs into action. Just like that, these master builders make off with their newfound building materials.
For 5-star backyards, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
We're live from Auburn Bank signing day. Angela scanning the closing documents. Looks like the competitive rate her Auburn Bank mortgage lender promised. She gets the pen, clicks it once, twice, spin move, and we have a signature. Angela Green is a first-time homeowner. With competitive rates, online applications, and hands-on mortgage lenders, the wins just feel bigger. Auburn Bank, champions of you. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. NMLS number 403461.
Back on the Tiger Tailgate Show, War Eagle everybody, it's another Auburn football game day. The Tigers and the Arkansas Razorbacks just after 11 o'clock Central, so we're under 2 hours away from kickoff. We love that. Brad Law, Andy Burcham, Stan White joining us now, Auburn alum and wonderful actor.
Indeed.
Michael O'Neill. Michael, War Eagle, welcome back to the show.
It's nice to be back with you guys. It's been a little while
since
we've had a chance to do this.
It has. And we're glad to have you here today. Michael, of course, in town, along with his lovely wife, who's here with us today, along with fellow Auburn alum, former Auburn football player, and a guy like Michael that did not act until after college. Tom Gossam Jr., of course, and they were here premiering their two-man, well, I guess three-man play this week. Alabama Boys at the Gouge Performing Arts Center. Jan and I were there for the world premiere on Wednesday and just had a terrific time. And a lot of the story, I knew there were some things that I found out through this, but you had a 2-night run at the GPAC. How was it? For us, it was tremendous. We had such a good time. But how was it for you on stage?
Well, I have to say there's nothing like home court advantage. I don't think I've ever played to a more supportive or sympathetic audience, and I certainly have never worked in a theater as beautiful as that one is. But they were with us from the moment that we walked on stage. You know, we told our stories. There's some difficult things in those stories, and they never flinched. They were with us the entire time, so it was a great experience for the three of us. Walt Woltos was our wild card actor. Now we have a new actor in the family, I can tell you that. But Walt, we had a lot of fun. And I appreciate you supporting it. We got to do your podcast. Right. Tom and I got to come on and talk about it. So it was a good week for us.
It allows me to be a fan when I get to talk to you guys. Because I am a fan.
Well, you have a lot of them too, so you know it's much appreciated.
I remember, and I got to visit with Tom Gossam actually about 3 or 4 weeks ago here just in the lobby of the hotel, and I'm a plug for John Carroll Catholic High School, big John Carroll graduate. But I want to talk to you about, I think you were on our show, was it the first time maybe in Los Angeles when we played Southern Cal, like in 2001?
2000.
Wasn't that your first time to come on with our tailgate show? I remember that.
Is that more than a few weeks ago?
It's been a few weeks ago.
That's what I was afraid of.
And, you know, oddly enough, earlier today, this morning at breakfast, I got to watch, someone was at the table showing us one of your scenes in Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
The villain, let's just say you were a villain.
Yeah.
And I'm used to seeing you as maybe a DEA agent in Dallas Buyers Club or whatever. But what are some of your projects over the years that you say that one always comes to memory as one of my favorite times?
Well, you know, in television, The West Wing was huge for me because it was an incredible show, and I got to play a Secret Service agent, and I also got sort of schooled by Jerry Parr, who was the man who pushed Reagan in the car during that assassination attempt, and then got him to George Washington Hospital. Really saved his life, and he gave me tremendous guidance. The Unit, getting to play that paraplegic warrior because I thought it was an important thing for us to acknowledge and see that the sacrifices that are made. That was a great show for me. Film-wise, Seabiscuit was really important. I got to do Seabiscuit and Secondhand Lines right together, and they're two of my favorite films. And the little show I had on NBC last year, Council of Dads, was important for me. So I'm fortunate that I can even mention this. Alan Alda once said about acting, he said, above all else, be lucky, and I have been.
So Alan Alda?
Alan
One of my
Alda.
favorite. MASH is my favorite show of all time.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Messiah, the Netflix series. Messiah, you were in Echoes as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's to be as versatile, I guess, and to be recognized as versatile. So you're not playing the same type of role every time. Has to be awfully important and valuable and rewarding to you to be seen that way.
Well, it is, and it took a while because Hollywood likes to reduce risk. Once it sees you do a character, it wants you to play that, in that vein again and again and again, and it took a while. The Grey's Anatomy thing that you mentioned broke the mold. I'd been a guy that had sort of been a problem solver up until Grey's, and I came in unhinged into that hospital, and it really changed what I got to play for a period of time. So now I'm allowed to go, back and forth.
You tell the story of how you became an actor in Alabama Boys. I think we have a minute or two that you could kind of go through that, because it started with a speech.
It did.
Yeah.
Here in Auburn, I wrote a speech for my national fraternity and delivered it. It's the thing we talk about in the play, and they took it out to an alumni in Los Angeles, a character actor named Will Gear, who played the grandfather on the Waltons at the time. And Will said, "You know how to get in touch with him?" And he called me and said, "I think you should try acting before the corporate structure snaps you up." And I said, "I don't know anything about it." He said, "Well, come to California and I'll work with you." So I, eventually I did. And the thing that got me, Andy, was that people kept saying, "Oh, Lord, you won't make it. You won't make it." And that really, you can only tell an Auburn grad they won't be able to make it for so long until, you put your shoulder behind it. And I just said, I'm going to bite the stick and hang on.
Yeah. Wow. What do you have coming up? What are some projects you're working on now, or maybe just finishing, that you're excited for people to see?
Well, I kind of booked out for this play because there was a lot of preparation that needed to go. We're older guys, and it doesn't stick up here as well as it used to, right? But I did get to do a film, and I got to play a Southeastern Conference character. I don't think they have a name for it yet, but it's the story of how Nike signed Michael Jordan in the 80s. And there were two Converse executives, one of which was Joe Dean, who is he was the athletic director at LSU. And I don't know how Dean's going to feel about me playing him, to tell you the truth, but it was a lot of fun, and it's a really good film. Matt Damon stars in it, and Affleck directed it, and a dear friend of mine, Joel Gretsch, that I did Bagger Vance with back in the day. We got to
great
work together.
movie.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. Well, we look forward to that, and we look forward to you being with us on the show. We always wish we had more time when you were with us on the show, but we appreciate it. We hope you enjoy the game today.
I'm gonna, and I appreciate the time you allow. It's this is about football. It's not about acting. So thanks so much for letting me join you.
What kind of football game do you expect today?
I expect to win.
There you go.
I
like
expect
that.
to win.
Yeah.
This team's learning.
Yes, sir. War Eagle.
War Eagle. Thank you again.
Michael O'Neill joining us here on the Tiger Tailgate Show. Hey, if you haven't done it yet, just a couple of home games left after today. Register your child ages 5 to 12 to the Auburn Tigers Kickoff Kid Contest from Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Winners retrieve the kicking tee at Jordan Hare, plus get 4 game tickets, pregame VIP hospitality, sideline access, custom T-shirt, video board recognition. Enter now at auburnKickoffKid.com. That's auburnKickoffKid.com. The Tiger Tailgate Show continues in a moment.
We are the Auburn Tigers, but when we greet each other, we say War Eagle. It's unique to Auburn. It's our battle cry, a tradition that's important to us. War Eagle means you're always part of the Auburn family, no matter where you are. This is head coach Brian Harson. War Eagle.
Drive home a Ford F-150 truck today and join our family. Visit your local Ford dealer and check out the official truck of the Auburn Tigers. Not all models, trims, or features may be available. Contact your dealer for more information.
Take it to the house this football season with the Alabama Manufactured Housing Association and the Auburn Tigers. This week's Take It to the House contestant is Gene McManus from Montgomery. If Auburn returns its first receive kickoff in the second half for a touchdown during this week's game, Gene will receive a $75,000 down payment towards the purchase of a manufactured home from an authorized AMHA dealer. Don't miss your chance to take it to the house this season and win a beautiful manufactured home. Register today at auburntigers.com/take-it-to-the-house. Certain terms and conditions may apply. For a complete set of contest rules, visit auburntigers.com/take-it-to-the-house.
When we say we're an everything school, we mean it. Since 1872, Auburn University graduates from the College of Agriculture and the Samuel Ginn College of Engineering have built on the land-grant mission to drive economic development, improve quality of life, promote social well-being, and enhance national security. Celebrating 150 years, come see why Auburn's College of Agriculture and Ginn College of Engineering continue to be pillars of the past, pioneers of the present, and foundations for the future. Visit auburn.edu.
Every team has great athletes, but the ones that come together and have each other's back win the rings. I am Kenny Mullins for the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 613, and we are Auburn's electricians. We're a group of over 5,000 highly trained electrical workers who have each other's back every day. We train together, work together, and look out for each other. If you're an electrical worker, come work with people that have your back. Join us at IBEW613.org, War Eagle.
This is a 2-minute drill on the Tiger Tailgate Show, presented by Conecuh Sausage.
Brad Law with Stan White. Stan, before we turn you loose to go up to the press box, get ready for the countdown to kickoff and the game itself. Let's talk a little football this game. We haven't done a whole lot of that just yet. Teams converting on third down against Auburn, just 23% in the first quarter. They're at 50% in the fourth.
Not a good trend.
Just cannot stress enough what a fast start would mean for this Auburn team today.
Yeah, you know, they put it together on sides of the ball, offensively some, defensively some. Last week, the last three quarters, second, third, and fourth, I thought they played their best offensive game. You saw their run game start going. But, yeah, they have not been able to put it together on both sides of the ball. And it's going to take this next run of SEC games.
Both sides of the ball help each other tremendously. Auburn's offense was able to sustain drives better last week. They had, I think, 4 drives of 8 or 9 plays against Ole Miss. That keeps the defense fresh as well. You got to have both.
And Auburn had some explosive run plays. Yeah. They had a couple in the passing game, but they had some actually explosive, really, really explosive 25-plus plays in the run game, and that helped Auburn's offense. Still got to work on the turnovers. They turned the ball over too much. And that, first quarter turnovers is really what was costly because they played toe for toe with Ole Miss the rest of the way, but they gave up 14 early.
Last year in the game, a 39-yard touchdown pass, a 71-yard touchdown pass. Arkansas secondary a little susceptible this year, so the deep passing game, Auburn's got to pick its spots.
Yeah, today. I mean, they've got to take some shots early on, I believe, too. If Robbie Ashford can extend plays, but I think they got to take some shots early on and back off the defense to allow Bigsby and Hunter to run the ball.
How about a reverse flea flicker on the first drive
Al Borges here. I remember that. Yeah. Very first play of the game.
2004. Play number 3. Play number 3. Blowout win. Yeah. Al Borges may talk about that in 2 minutes. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Putting together a winning drive
3rd and long from the shotgun
takes focus, determination.
There's the snap, dropping back.
And that powerful form of energy.
Scrambles to his right, looking downfield.
Called belief.
Launches it toward the end zone.
That belief in a team, in a community of fans, in each other.
Touchdown!
That powerful energy connects us all. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers. Power for a better Alabama.
Are you looking to advance your career without putting your life on hold? Consider the flexibility of an online MBA at Auburn University's Harvard College of Business. Ranked among the nation's best by U.S. News and World Report, our 100% online MBA program provides the flexibility you need to pursue a degree while maintaining your personal and professional life. Learn more at harvard.auburn.edu.
Children's of Alabama reminds you that every child's head injury should be treated like a serious injury until a doctor says it's not. In fact, the CDC estimates some 4 million sports and recreation-related concussions occur each year. Even a minor fall or collision may be a concern. Symptoms typically include headaches, unsteadiness, confusion, or sleepiness. To find out what to do in case of a suspected concussion, visit childrensal.org/concussion and always dial 911 in case of an emergency.
Campbell under center. Campbell's going to throw on the play action into the end zone. Caught! Touchdown!
Hi, this is Jason Campbell. The game has changed. The future of Auburn athletics demands a strong name, image, and likeness collective. That's On to Victory, the NIL collective for Auburn student athletes. I urge you to support On to Victory. You can improve the lives of our players and give our teams the best chance for success. Learn more at ontovictory.com.
Hour and a half from kickoff between Auburn and Arkansas out here in Jordan Hare Stadium on the Tiger Tailgate Show. Britt Bowen here with Jason Campbell. Ronnie Brown have a special guest here this segment. Former Auburn offensive coordinator from 04 to 07, Al Borges. He's also the author of the new book, Deny the Tiger. Coach War Eagle.
War Eagle.
That was my first question. How many War Eagles are you getting
man,
today when you're out and about?
I would say I'm War Eagled out, but I'm not. I could go for some more.
Well, Coach, what's it like being up here with these guys, two of your former playmakers up here on stage with you?
Well, it's awesome. They covered my butt a whole year, and I'm back here, and they're ready to cover it again. So I was always comfortable in this environment. You know, I got a quarterback that can throw, a running back that can run and block, and doggone it, I feel so good even though I'm not coaching anymore.
Coach, you bring that cold weather down here with you?
Yeah, I did, and you're going to have to learn to live with it, man. This ain't Taylorsville, Mississippi, okay?
Coach, he's been complaining about it all day up here.
I know. He says he's got soft and mentally weak since he retired.
Count me in that, too.
There you go. I got two of them. They weren't like that when they played, but, you know, age will do that to you.
Coach, man, it's exciting. I'm excited about the book, but, for me, offensive coordinator, my first offensive coordinator that got me here, but then my last offensive coordinator was my favorite because he gave me an opportunity in you, and believing in me. And so that means so much. But, to see the book, for someone like myself who's not an avid reader, I'm just going to jump into it. Give me a synopsis. Like, that's what I like. Just give me an overview of how you polish this up in this book.
Hey, let me tell you something. I'm a lot of things, but I'm not an author, okay? And if you're looking for an Ernest Hemingway or John Grisham style writing, you're buying the wrong book. But this book's got some cuss words in it. I did it the way we did it. You know, I said the things I said, and I made sure that the book sent that message. But the book is really a statement about what a great football team it was, and that it should be the national championship team of 2004. Hence its name, Deny the Tiger. We had it all, everything. We had speed, we had physicality, we had leadership, we had everything it took to be a great football team. And I just believe, and they all say USC, and all respect for USC, God, I know all those guys, Norm Chow. They had Lindell White, we had Ronnie Brown, okay? They had, who was Reggie Bush?
Yeah, Reggie.
We had Cadillac Williams. They had Matt Leinart. We had Jason Campbell. And I think time proved I wouldn't trade ours for theirs, okay? So when push comes to shove, I still believe this. I could never see the team losing. And it was easy for me to envision them hoisting that trophy. So I'm making my last statement with this book. They can do what they want, but I still believe this is the best team in 2004, maybe one of the best ever.
Yeah, I remember Coach called me, asked me to write a little bit in the book, so I got a chance to feel feel privileged, like a little bit of an author. But no, it was a privilege, and Ronnie, you need to read it.
Well, they got Audible now. I ain't get anything
I
done.
love how Ronnie just outed himself saying, hey, I didn't read the book. Just give me a synopsis. That was bold.
All right, so
no, I haven't read the book yet. Like, I don't have a copy of the book.
I don't care if you read the book. Just buy the book. You can use it as a door jam.
I'm going to buy the book, but if I buy it, I need to read the book. So I have to buy it twice.
We're going to make sure you get a book.
I buy the book, the real copy, and then I'll get one hopefully on Audible so someone can read it to me.
There you go.
That's how we'll do it. So I'll have 2 copies of the book.
Okay. Oh, there you go. Good. That's good. All
so
right.
you had a book signing yesterday morning and today?
And today,
So
yeah. And we ran out of books.
We ran out of books.
We ran out of books.
So
that's awesome, yeah.
That just goes to tell you, Auburn family, how much the 2004 season was loved. But there will be opportunities to get more books, and that time will be coming. Coach will let us know, and we'll put the information out there for them. But, what a great read if you want to hear the inside of what happened. That a lot of people only saw the outside of us playing inside the stadium. But to see the ins and hear the ins and outs, definitely go and buy his book and everything. So, Coach, talk about being back here, though. Like, does it always feel like home when you come here?
Oh, yeah, this is awesome. I mean, every time I think about coming here, it sends a tingle up my spine. And then when I get a chance to bring my son and now my wife and my daughter, which they're here today, it's so cool because the fans are like no place I've been. I've been everywhere, as you all know. I've been everywhere, but there's nothing like Auburn. And the reason I wrote the book really was because of my trip last time I came, and it was so well received. It was like 18 years ago, but it was like it was yesterday for the fans. So I came home and I said, God, I got to do something, So I started writing a book, and that's what you got. But this is just a fabulous place. They love their football, and if you're going to coach, this is the place you want to coach. This is because they care. You know what I mean? So,
Coach, can we? I think the book. I want to know, like, from the beginning, like when you came here, like, when you saw us knuckleheads and you saw the talent around on this football team, like, what made you choose Auburn? Because, for me, I was so happy and I benefited so much because prior to that I wasn't playing as much. And you and I had a sit down and you were explaining to me your vision. What was it about this place in Auburn, to even get to the point of the book? Like, what made you be drawn to Auburn?
Well, Auburn was, when I got here and I watched you guys in the winter workouts, okay? I didn't have the job yet now, you got to understand. But I went in and I didn't know any of you, and you didn't know me. You little chubby bald sucker in the corner. That guy can't coach. You're not going to really pick him, are you? But the talent level was off the charts. Because I've been coaching at Indiana, man. And I man alive, these guys only won 8 games. And then I got to know you when I got the job, okay? And it's ironic that you two would be the 2 guys here out of all the players, because you two were the ones that, to me, were the most pivotal to get the team over the hump. The talent level among the group with Marcus McNeil and with Cadillac, everybody knew those guys, right? But Jason still had so much more football to play, and the 2 things I had to do, and I talk about this in the book, is I had to find a way to get him confident every game because his talent was off the charts. The first thing I could see, he was accurate. He could hit every guy when it was open. He didn't miss passes, so we had to get him where he wasn't afraid to make mistakes. And secondly, to get him in a game because we had Cadillac. And he talked about the conversation, and he remembers it. I brought him in. I go, I know you want to play more. And he says, Coach, I want to play more. I said, okay, this is a deal. We'll let you play halfback. But to get you on the field more, you got to play some fullback because he's got a profile that he could be a fullback and could really catch the ball. So we're going to put you in there 2/3 of the time at fullback, and then we'll run you about every third series at halfback. You got to trust me that we're going to use you not just as a blocker, as a fullback, although you're going to have to do a little dirty work so they don't know every time he's in there that all he's doing is catching passes. And he bought in. And when he bought in, that was a microcosm of the unselfishness of the entire football team, and that put us, between those 2, that put us at 13-0.
Well, that was my question for you guys, because I've heard y'all this year on the Tiger Tailgate Show talk about Coach Borges recruiting you to come back for that 04 season, Coach. So I want to flip that question to you. What was that like, and what was your recruiting pitch?
Well,
that
was the sell.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a sell because they don't know you, and our cultures are so different. I'm from California. He's from Taylorsville, Mississippi, and they're a long ways away and more than just miles. Let me tell you, okay. But they had to feel like they could trust me, and for them to trust me, I had to make sure they understood I had a plan. But to talk about the plan wasn't enough. Spring football really made the plan look like it could work. Because we went into spring football, we had the best spring football I've ever had as a coordinator. And we came out of spring football, and I think all of them were convinced now, okay, the guy's done this before. He may not be a genius, I don't know, but at least he looks like he knows what he's doing. And that, I think, was huge in selling the system and getting the players to believe.
Well, I'm so grateful for you, and for many reasons. And Jason and I share these conversations as well amongst us. But, I think when you talk about coaches and talent, coaches are charged with getting talent. But as a player, it means a lot when you get someone in who believes in you as a player, because everyone's trying to collect talent. But when you can get the players who play for you to buy in and to believe in what you're doing, it says a lot about you as a person. If I can speak for Jason, we're both grateful for you, and for what you did for us in our careers as football players. But even just amongst that, like just getting us to believe in ourselves and our ability, in what we would be able to achieve. So I think, I want to commend you on that, because you came in and it was, this is what we're going to do, and we believed in that. But then not only did you tell us that, you showed us through the spring, through, I think more so it wasn't even the coaching, it was just the relationship that you had. And so
fried chicken or juicy burgers made with 100% American beef. Only at Jack's, all about the South. The Tiger Tailgate Show continues in a moment.
Who out there likes to eat chicken? Did you know that when it comes to chicken production, Alabama rules the roost? In fact, we're ranked second in the country in broiler production. That's meat-type chickens, with nearly 2,600 poultry farm families raising more than 1 billion birds a year. Alabama's poultry industry adds more than $15 billion a year to the state's economy and provides jobs for almost 90,000 Alabamians. So be sure to prepare jobs for almost 90,000 Alabamians. So be sure to prepare your favorite chicken dish this football season.
Things we take for granted, ordinary opportunities for parents and their children, can be a foster child's extraordinary. You have the power to do something positive that will change the life of a young person right here in Alabama. Open your heart and open your home to a foster child today. For more information, visit www.dhr.alabama.gov or call 1-866-64-AL-KIDS. Brought to you by the Alabama Department of Human Resources, the Alabama Broadcasters Association, and this station.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
Hi, I'm Capri, and the little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Grilled Spicy Deluxe is the chicken. They actually put it on the grill, cooked it in the sauce. It's definitely a good grilled spicy sandwich.
Hey, I'm Michelle, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Grilled Spicy Deluxe is it's spicy and it's full of flavor. When you pair that with the Kale Crunch salad, it's just good.
Order a grilled spicy deluxe sandwich on the Chick-fil-A app today. Available for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
This is a 2-minute drill on the Tiger Tailgate Show, presented by Conecuh Sausage.
2-minute drill. We've already talked Halloween candy and costumes. So this 2-minute drill, Ronnie Brown, Jason Campbell, we've got to talk some scary movies with Halloween approaching. So that's my question, guys. What's your go-to for scary movies on Halloween?
I'm an old school guy, so I like some of the old favorites. The Friday the 13th, the Nightmare on Elm Street, the Screams, movies like that. That's my old school, like movies to go to. And Scream was like a little different. It wasn't the horror. It was just situations that it's like, I definitely would never want to end up in any of these situations.
Jason versus Freddy Krueger.
And then you were Team Jason, I assume, right?
Yeah, and then Michael Myers, those movies. Like Ronnie said, Scream when it first came out, and then started kind of getting out of hand. But do you remember the movie Get Out?
Yeah.
It's not considered a scary movie, but, it's a little,
Texas Chainsaw. That was
Texas
Chainsaw. The one that got me was Child's Play. Chucky the doll. As a kid, as a kid, I terrified.
Chucky was a good one.
Yeah, but Freddy versus Jason coming up in high school, that was the scary movie. And now, though, they're remaking Halloween. Have you guys seen the new Halloween movie?
Yeah, I've seen the previews for it.
Well, I haven't seen it yet, so Ronnie, don't tell me.
I haven't seen it either. I've seen the previews.
All right, so Halloween night, you got one movie to pick. Jason, what's viewing at your house for the kids?
Oh, since I don't have kids yet.
Well, for the trick-or-treaters, Jason. For the trick-or-treaters who you're scaring out of their wits.
I might just watch Michael Myers, the new one. I haven't seen it yet. I might just watch it.
How about for the Brown family? What's playing on Halloween night?
I don't know. I don't usually – I mean, it's different. Like with the kids, I mean, they're 9 and 6, so I don't really – not yet. I haven't let them venture into that whole world yet.
Scary movies. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Get your game day started with the Auburn Sports Network and the Tiger Tailgate Show, presented by Conecuh Sausage. Brad Law, Andy Burcham, Stan White, Ronnie Brown, and Jason Campbell bring the tailgate party to you. Breakdowns of the game from every angle, visits from former Tiger greats, and updates from around campus. 3 hours before kickoff of every Auburn game. It's the Tiger Tailgate Show, presented by Conecuh Sausage.
Hi, I'm Capri, and the little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Grilled Spicy Deluxe is the chicken. They actually put it on the grill, cooked it in the sauce. It's definitely a good grilled spicy sandwich.
Hey, I'm Michelle, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Grilled Spicy Deluxe is it's spicy and it's full of flavor. When you pair that with the kale crunch salad, it's just good.
Order a grilled spicy deluxe sandwich on the Chick-fil-A app today. Available for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Recruiting plays a major role in team building. Recruiting also plays an important role in protecting my home from termites with Cook's Pest Control and the Centricon system. Termites eat the bait in the Centricon stations, then eagerly recruit other termites to also feed on the bait, thus eliminating the termite colony. You don't have to live with termites. Call Cook's Pest Control for a free quote.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
Hey parents and kids, it's a perfect time for students to read their way to the Iron Bowl in AEA's Be a Champion and Read contest.
AEA wants to help K through 6th grade students to be academic champions, just like the Auburn Tigers.
Students who participate in the Be a Champion and Read challenge could win 3 tickets to the Iron Bowl and a chance to take the field on game day. Ask your teacher about contest rules.
Encourage your child to be an AEA champion reader and win a trip to the Iron Bowl.
Welcome back to the Tiger Tailgate Show. Outside of Jordan-Hare Stadiums, we're counting down the kickoff between Auburn and Arkansas. This segment, our matchup segment, to talk about the Tigers 3-4, 1-3 in the SEC, and Arkansas coming in 4-3 and 1-3 in the Southeastern Conference. Britt Bowen here with Jason Campbell and Ronnie Brown. Guys, I think the first thing you look at between Auburn and Arkansas for Auburn to win this game today is, well, you have to build off of that big 300-yard rushing day you had at Ole Miss. I have to ask, how pivotal is that running game today against this Arkansas front seven?
Well, like you just said, first of all, you got to run the football, but then you got to be able to stop the run. Sure. And that's something that we haven't done. Right now we're last in the SEC in defending the run, and we know we got to get better at that in the trenches and at the point of attack. And sometimes you can't just line up in your base defense. Sometimes you have to bring a what we call a rush blitz, and you're doing that just to stop the run and force this team to become one-dimensional, because Jefferson, he's a playmaker. And he's also a big part of what they do in the run game. But he's a physical guy, so you get to him, make sure you got to wrap up and tackle.
Well, you got the SEC leading rusher in Arkansas's backfield as well, and Raheem Sanders, 127 yards per game with 7 touchdowns. Ronnie, what's your assessment of him in this Arkansas running game? Because just like Auburn, that's their bread and butter.
Well, I mean, I think he does well. But, you know, at the end of the day, I think when you look at rushing the football, if I'm an Auburn football team, I want K.J. Jefferson touching the ball. Like, I want to hit him, especially on a cool afternoon like this. Like, he's still a quarterback at the end of the day. I don't care how big they are. They don't like, and they don't normally get hit that much. And so when you talk about Raheem Sanders, the thing you want to do is take the ball out of his hand and not letting him get going. And so, you know, for this game, it's going to be between the tackles. Like, it's going to be one between the tackles. You got 2 football teams who are going to need to rush the football to win or to give themselves a chance to win. Tank's coming off of, you know, his second highest rushing game of his career. He had 179 yards 2 weeks ago at Ole Miss. And so, you know, for this, it's going to be whoever can rush the football and whoever can eat that clock up and keep the chains moving. And you have to have positive gains for both teams on first down.
Well, and to your point there, Ronnie, Auburn's defense has averaged over 9 minutes on the field in the fourth quarters of games this season, and teams are converting on third down only 23% in the first quarter, but they're converting at 50% in the fourth quarter. Those are two things today that Auburn's going to have to flip, especially if Arkansas is trying to control the game with a running game.
Yeah, and the big thing for Auburn is turnovers. Like, you got to eliminate the turnovers and then the self-inflicted wounds. I know we've said that a lot over the last few weeks, but the jumping off sides, the false starts, like those are things because they're happening at inopportune times. Like, you sit there, it's 3rd and 1. Next thing you know, it's 3rd and 6. So you can't do it at those moments because that makes it tougher. And so hopefully when you put yourself in situations where, you can keep the defense on their heels, if it's 3rd and 1, it's a lot easier to call a play because now you have multiple options to be able to get that 1 yard. And so it's going to be key there. And then running the football, that's just the will and want to, especially at this time of year. Everyone's sore, everyone's beat up a little bit. And it's just, hey, who wants it more between the tackles? Last week it was good for Auburn. Getting a new left guard in there, and he brought a new mindset, when against Ole Miss, and I think that happened to, have something to do with that. And, I think that's going to be key for this team is making sure that mindset is right because Arkansas, they're tough. They used to give us fits back in the day. We could beat them, but they'll beat you up a little bit.
One thing about Arkansas is they lead the SEC in sacks per game.
Yeah.
With 3, and then you think about it. Drew Sanders has 6.5 sacks, which is number 1 in the SEC, and they're giving up 315 pass yards per game. So if Auburn can kind of take advantage of their pass defense today, but the one thing that with that comes, you got to protect the quarterback, and you got to give them opportunity to get to those second and third progressions. So, today is going to be a game of matchups. Like I said, both teams, we feel like probably can run the football because, from that standpoint, but can Auburn convert, like Ronnie was saying, stay on the field?
Well, and for Auburn last year, Brad mentioned this earlier on the show, thought it was a great point. Auburn had success in the passing game last year, and they exploited Arkansas' secondary a bit. Is that something Auburn will try to do today in picking their moments in this ball game?
Well, you have to early in the game. That's when you get your best shots. Teams come out there overly aggressive. They want to get out there and make a big play, and sometimes you can catch a defense, being over aggressive and hit them over top. So, hopefully Auburn can hit some of those balls, but it's a little bit of a windy day. So depending on how many of those shots you're trying to take down the field, you also have to take into account of the weather. And if it's windy like this, then you want to have more of an intermediate passing game and lean a little bit heavier on your run game. But with the quarterbacks that we have that are athletic, that when Robbie can get outside the pocket, hopefully, it kind of holds their defense a little bit because put pressure on them because he feels most comfortable when he's on the move.
Final question for both of you guys. Auburn wins today if what, guys?
For me, it's if they don't turn the football over, and it's important for them to get off to a good start. Ole Miss, unfortunately, and hate to harp on that is, they put themselves in a hole 21 points. It's hard to come back from that. And so if they don't turn the football over and they get off to a good start, I think they put themselves in situation to be successful, especially at home, having a home crowd. But that's going to be key to it. Don't turn the football over and get started quickly.
And for me, I think it's just containing Jefferson, not letting him become elusive today, and then Auburn converting on third downs. If they can have a 45% or higher on third down conversion, that means we're staying on the field and keeping the ball away from their offense and giving us a chance to win.
Game picks. The Picks for Kids program is back for its 11th season. Chick-fil-A is donating $1,000 to Children's of Alabama for every interception by the Auburn defense. The Picks for Kids program benefits more than 1,800 kids each month in the Hearing and Speech Center at Children's, War Eagle, and Eat More Chicken. That's going to do it for the Tiger Tailgate Show presented by Conecuh Sausage. Thanks to our guests, Al Borges, Johnny Harris, Johnny Broom, Ralph Jordan Jr., Michael O'Neill, Randy Walls, and Brett Whiteside. Now stay tuned for the Outdoor Alabama Countdown to Kickoff. For Andy Bertram, Ronnie Brown, Jason Campbell, and Stan White, I'm Rick Bowen. Thanks for listening to the Tiger Tailgate Show.
In 2010, number 7 Auburn and number 12 Arkansas were locked in the highest scoring SEC game ever that did not go to overtime. It was the defense getting involved in the scoring for an Auburn Bank championship moment after this.
The official motions for quiet.
That's Ed from Auburn Bank looking over another commercial loan application. He's assessing the capital needs of the small business, and long-term local relationships are his specialty. The client's liking it. They're really liking it. They love it! Exactly the hands-on experience they were looking for. Another local business with the capital they need for a big win. Auburn Bank, champions of you. Member FDIC.
Power formation here, I backfield. They'll toss it back to the tailback, and he will pick up the first down. Ball comes loose. Etheridge picks it up down the sideline. 25-20, 15-10, 5, touchdown Auburn! Will it stand? Mike Block knocked it loose. Etheridge ran it in from 45 yards out.
Zach Etheridge recovered the third fumble of his career and returned it 47 yards for a touchdown to give Auburn a 51-43 lead with less than 10 minutes to go.
This Auburn team has shown so much heart, and they lead by 8, trying to hang on. Play fake. Wilson deep down the middle, picked off. Bynes, 35-30. Bynes to the 25-20, to the 15. Hit from behind at the 10, down at the 8. Another turnover.
Josh Bynes intercepted 2 passes in the fourth quarter to stunt the Razorback scoring. It was the first multi-interception game of his career. Auburn went on to win 65-43, with 65 points being the most ever by the Tigers at an SEC game, breaking the record of 63 against Florida in 1970. This was a championship moment, presented by Auburn Bank, champions of you.
This is a 2-minute drill on the Tiger Tailgate Show, presented by Conecuh Sausage.
The Auburn Sports Network partnering with Alabama Gulf Seafood. There is 53 miles of beautiful coastline along Alabama's Gulf Coast. Over 30 million pounds of fresh Alabama Gulf seafood are caught each year. Here to talk about some Alabama Gulf seafood this segment is Chris Gorman from Brick and Spoon. Chris War Eagle, thanks for joining us.
Good morning. How are you today?
Oh, well, I'm great because I see some great crab. Is that crab cakes you brought for us today?
Yes, sir. This is our crab cake Benedict. It's made with fresh crab meat from Alabama Gulf Seafood. They have some of the best seafood you could possibly get. We top it with a poached egg and a little bit of hollandaise sauce.
That looks absolutely delicious. I know Jason Campbell is trying to get him some right now. So tell us, what more seafood does Brick and Spoon get from Alabama Gulf Seafood that you guys serve in your dishes?
Any seafood that we have in our restaurant is from there. We trust them with all of our seafood, and we actually do a lot of summertime, wintertime specials, and we include different varieties of fish like mahi, and whatever else they got. They have a large selection.
Well, I've heard standing back here behind stage, a lot of people talking about the catering that Brick and Spoon is doing today. I know with the holidays coming up, this is a big time of year for you all.
Yes, sir, absolutely. We can pretty much cater anything that we have on our menu. You can visit Facebook, anywhere on Google, and you can find our entire menu, and we do a fantastic job.
Chris, thank you for joining us. That's Alabama Gulf Seafood. Find out all the info you need about recipes and locations to eat Alabama Gulf Seafood at eatalabamaseafood.com. You can also find them on social media at AL Seafood on Twitter and Instagram, and Alabama Seafood on Facebook. Coming up, the Outdoor Alabama Countdown to kickoff as Auburn hosts Arkansas. We go to the stadium next. Stay with us. This is the Auburn Sports Network.